as you can see, I've done the chain there. So I've got one last stitch. Now what I had to do, actually I had to pull it all out because the 4mm hook was giving me very small chains and it was hard to put the hook in to make the stitches. So sometimes what a great idea is to do, a good tip, especially if you're using like a softer yarn or a yarn that isn't as flexible, is to use a size hook one size up. So this is a 4mm hook. So you do your chains with the with a half size bigger hook, or sometimes even a size bigger, just depends. But keep in mind, if you're keeping to a certain measurement, that instead of doing say 34 stitches with the 4mm hook, using this size hook, I only needed to do 31. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your stitches, otherwise your squares will be the wrong size. So by using this hook, I found it was much easier to make the single crochet stitches, or as in UK terms, double crochet. So I'm down to the last chain here, so going to put my hook into the last chain, pull it through, pull up a loop and pull it through. Slip knot tight. So now I've got my first row. So what we're going to have to do is turn our work around and start again from the other side. So what I do, and what I like to do, you can do it the other way. I like to do, you always should chain before you move on to your next row. So if you're doing single crochets, and that's in US terms, you would chain one and turn your work around. Now some people like to turn their work around then do the chain, but I find it more comfortable the other way. So now you see where the chain is here, there's like a hole here, and that's your first single crochet from the row before. So we're going to crochet in each one all the way to the end. So what we're going to do, and it's always with single crochet, or as I say double crochet in UK terms, it's always the stitch directly after the chain. So put your hook in, pull it through and pull it through, and then you have another chain on top. So where that hole is, see right there, put your hook in, pull it through, again, put your hook in, make sure it goes underneath both strands, pull it through and pull it through. Make sure you check your tension, always like pulling it tight as you go along, otherwise you'll end up with very uneven stitches. So always make sure, as you see, there's, especially with this type of yarn, there's big gaps. Don't put it in the gap underneath. You see that tiny hole there? And if your hook doesn't go in this way with the bent part around, turn it around so the hook bit can go in here. And if that's much easier for you, you'll find as you go along, you'll come up with your own little tips and techniques that help. So again, I'll just do a couple more. So insert your hook underneath both strands, so 1, 2, pull a loop through, make sure you tighten it so your tension's always correct, and pull it through. And again, put your hook through both, pull it through, tighten and pull through. So there you go, you can see now the first few stitches there, and as you go along they'll stack up one on top of the other. So I'm going to finish the row and then come back and I'll show you how to go into the third row.